Welcome to your guided tour to DDO. Today we're going to be starting at the very beginning, after the tutorial dungeon that is, on Korthos Island. Now, if you are looking for a guide to Korthos Island, there's a good chance that you're new, so I'm going to sneak in one newbie tip before we get started. Come over here to the hireling vendor, get the barbarian. Once you buy the barbarian, you can go to your inventory, drag him onto your bar, and summon him once you're in the dungeon, and he will carry you to victory while you're still figuring all the new things out. But when you first get to Korthos Village, there will be 3 quests available to you, and a 4th will unlock after, and that's what we're going to cover for Korthos Village. So I recommend starting with Linus Weir here. Hero, I've been talking to Kaja, Ursa, Sigmund, everyone that resisted the Sawagin in the bad old days. We all know that we couldn't have done it without you, so, thank you. Right. See that house yonder north? That's our storehouse. And in the back room, old Lars Heyton put his scrolls. Now, the good folks of Korthos need that scroll, so someone's gotta go in and get it. I'd do it myself, but the storehouse has got a wee infestation. Rodents and spiders is all. But here's the kick. Old Heyton put a shield to keep scaly Sawagin hands off his scrolls. Only he ain't around no more to turn it off. But I'm sure you're bright enough to do it. The village storehouse is just next to the town tavern. What do you say? And of course we're going to go bring that scroll back to him. So the storehouse is right over here. It is the easiest and shortest of the quests, so we're going to start here. You'll notice that I am going through with a level 30 character, so
Dust
the combat...
and mold fill this ill-maintained storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of vermin nearby.
So the combat will not be a challenge, but this is a tour, and the guide does not need to be in any particular danger. So in the first room, there's going to be some spiders that'll spawn and pop up and attack you. Right on cue. Kill the spiders and rats. Now there are 2 doors here, and 1 locked door. You can take either of these doors because, as you can see on the map, they both connect to the same place. I'm going to blow up the spiders. I'm going to come in here.
This appears to be the main storeroom. It seems the villagers have been preparing for a protracted siege.
Now,
A large silver key falls out of the crate.
I got kind of lucky there. It can be in any of the crates or barrels in this room, so you just need to keep breaking them until you find them.
A Sahagin emerges from a hidden passage, demanding the key. You mustn't let the scrolls fall into devourer hands.
After you kill the red-haired, or the red-named boss, come back here. There's a chest with some loot in it. I don't care about the gear, but I'll grab some gems and the event items. We'll come back down the other passageway, just for completionist's sake. There should be 2 or 3 more guys in here. You know, a couple rats. Now that we have the key, we can come unlock this door. And this dungeon,
The
of course,
door swings open, revealing a It appears that the floor in this room can be moved and rotated.
So you'll see these tile puzzles in a lot of dungeons, so it's good to be familiar with them, which is why they're introducing it so early.
The protective spell
You need to light up
dissipates.
all 4
All that
corners.
remains now is to take and deliver the scroll.
Scroll, and we're done. So we're just going to run to the exit and zone out. And that's quest 1 complete. Now we can come over here. As far as quest rewards go, Oi, you got the scroll. Let's see what it says. What's this then? There are no pictures! Well, never mind. I'll get it to someone who knows how to read. Don't worry, I ain't gonna forget you. Here, take this for your trouble. Rugged Belt is going to be probably most useful to you at low levels. 5 health is significant when you've only got like 30 health. So next we're going to do the Cannith Crystal. It was the Devourer cult. They came and destroyed our Cannith Crystals. We tried to stop them. Vogel here was hit pretty bad, and I think I broke my ankle, but we got away with one crystal. Just one. We put it in the basement of Korthos Hall. They'll come back for it tonight, and we're in no shape to stop them. Right, so now we're going to go protect this crystal for him. It's right here, and we zone it. Now this quest is completely timed, so it doesn't matter.
Ahead is the cellar where the Cannith Crystal is hidden.
Doesn't matter how fast you kill them, they're going to come at the same fixed rate. Gonna get myself a little helper out.
You can feel the life-saving heat emanating from the magic crystal Boldar spoke of. But from the shadows approach those who would doom Korthos by destroying it.
The disco ball is a ton of overkill.
Welcome to your doom!
So this is completely timed. You will fail if they get to the crystal and manage to kill it. Now, you've got a little bit of leeway there, like they have to get to it and attack it for a bit in order to kill it. But it's best to just kill them as fast as you can. If you don't have high spot skill to see them before they uncloak, like that one. So if you have any companions, you can turn them on aggressive, like I did with the dog. Same thing works for hirelings. And they will usually point out where stuff's coming. You don't even need to see stuff to hit it if like you're melee and swinging. Alright, so we got the rare spawn. He doesn't spawn every time.
Stand in my way. Suffer the consequences!
And because the rare spawn came, we get a chest. If he doesn't spawn, then there is no loot in this dungeon, just the experience and the quest progression. Last guy's always a little slow.
You have slain the last cultist, thus protecting the Cannith Crystal and saving Korthos.
Another tip, as you notice, I'm mouse locked. Hotkey for that is T. Now for quest rewards here, I would recommend Spearbane. It gives you Spear Block 2, which is 4 damage resistance to piercing damage. Things that do piercing damage: Sahuagin with spears, spider basic attacks, archers. So there's a lot of piercing damage, and being able to take 4 straight off the top is really useful, especially at low levels. So the third one is the quest that's a little bit longer. It's over here from Kaja. I swear to Sybaris, there's unholy wailing coming from Heyton's family crypt. No one wants to check on it for fear of Sahuagin and their cronies. But what would they want with Heyton's crypt? Oh dear, why won't anyone go down there and see? Right.
Fate has sent us down this path. Now let's explore it.
We are going to turn off the sentient weapon. It's interrupting us too much. And we'll go into Heyton's Rest.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke of. And by the passage leading in, a grim-faced man glares at you.
Haven't seen you before. You're new to Korthos? Well, should you go back up? Well, you should go back up to the village. This crypt is falling apart. You could trip on some rubble and hurt yourself. I'm going to investigate. Let me pass. Alright, so this dungeon...
Strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open and empty. Where did the bodies go?
So you can see the shape of this dungeon on the map. Yours won't be revealed immediately. But the goal here is that there's a door here that you need 3 crests to open. The crests are here, here, and here. And there's also an optional in each of these places. There's also a side path here hidden behind a door, or a hidden wall rather. So we're going to discover that automatically when we walk forward.
You found some kind of secret door in the wall. Once you open it, you can reach whatever's behind it.
So if you don't have super high abilities and are coming in over leveled, what you'll have to do is you'll have to use your search skill here, and it'll reveal the door like this. So we're going to open it. We're going to take the backwards path. Now, if you're here with a group, you can split the party and each grab a crest individually. But if you're alone, you can just take whichever route.
You found the triggering mechanism for some sort of a chest. It's out in the open and unprotected. And that's probably what the dead cultist by the chest thought.
So, for this room, as you can see when you walk here...
Acid sprays out of the wall as the gate slams shut.
So you can see that not only does the gate close, but there's a trap here. Now, if you can disarm traps, either control panel will work. There's one control panel here, one control panel there. I'm going to disable both.
You've disconnected the trap's firing mechanism. The chest is safe to approach now.
Now, even if I hadn't disarmed it, you can walk by if you hug this wall. And you can very carefully select the chest and move forward until the gear icon appears. And you can loot this chest without disarming the trap, if you're careful. Always better to disarm, though. And then, of course, if you want to get out and head that direction, that's what this lever is for. So, the optional in each of those rooms is to not let them resurrect. A treasure chest glimmers
in this passage. There may be something... What were those cultists up to? This bears more investigation.
So the goal here is we want to kill the priest or break the altar before they resurrect the guy.
In the middle of this chip, a magical crest appears from the destroyed altar. If you take it with you, it may be useful later. You continue to hear cultists about their evil work from further inside the crypt.
So you see I'm ignoring this chest. That's because that chest has just one bad weapon in it.
There's another Sahuagin. It croaks. Crack! Another crest drops out as you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt. As you slay these foul cultists, take care to keep your own health up. A treasure chest glimmers in the dark passage here.
Now, what's in these are different types of weapons. As part of the tutorial to tell you, use bludgeoning damage on skeletons, and use slashing damage on zombies, and that sort of thing.
There's a Sahuagin in here, performing some kind of ritual. Come, dead son of Korthos. When the altar collapses, a third crest appears. It glows with cold magic.
As for how to quickly and easily pick up the crests, by default, your hotkeys to target interactables is Q. You can see it goes between non-enemies, but rather just like things you can break or
a magical
things like this.
Barrier blocks the way, and behind it, another Sahuagin performs unholy rituals at a devourer altar. This barrier appears linked to 3 sockets in the wall. If you find the crests to those sockets, it may allow you passage.
So we can highlight this with Q and hit E to fill it.
You fit the last crest in place,
Now,
and the magic
there's another
shield
optional here.
dissipates. The Sahuagin inside spits out in a venomous voice. These Your bold actions saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught. The treasure chest in the antechamber is now yours.
If you want full credit for your kills, for Onslaught bonus, you have to kill the guys before you break the altar. Breaking the altar finishes the quest and locks in your bonuses at wherever you were when you did it. Unlike the others, where the entrance was nearby and we could just walk to it, we're pretty deep in here, so we're going to hit the finish button to teleport out. Quest rewards here, nothing really to speak of. I was afraid you'd been hurt. Did you look in the crypt? What was there? Oh, how horrible. But what about... Did you find Lars Heyton? Was he... You didn't find a trace of him down there? So he could still be alive. Oh, hero, you've done me a world of good. And none of these are really good, so we'll grab one at... arbitrarily. Now, if it's your first time through here, you will receive a DM voiceover saying that you're wanted in the tavern. So we're going to go into the tavern. And we're going to do the Collaborator. So this is another one that the first section is a timed gauntlet.
Your waiting bears fruit. This must be the Collaborator stepping in from the dark.
You again. The Sahuagin blame me for your heroics. I'm sick of your tampering. And I'm sick of yours, traitor. Prepare to die. So now we're in the gauntlet section.
Your stalwart defense gives the Sahuagin pause, but you hear more of them gathering outside for a final assault. You notice a small chest hidden behind the bar. You have weathered the Sahuagin storm. Now, after that traitorous Jacoby Drexelhand, he must have fled into the cellar. Drexelhand isn't here. However, webbed footprints on the ground betray the location of a secret passage. Backtracking them may reveal the way to open that passage.
Alright, so we got the footprints on the ground to the lever. Now, you can either use the lever if you don't have the skills for it, or you can search for the door and open it directly. We will use the lever.
The chamber beyond the secret passage looks ancient, predating Korthos Village.
This guy will wake people up if you let him get away. Of course, just kill the guy while he's asleep. Go about our business. Now, this is a great way to get some actual loot. If you are on your first life and you're not a VIP or anything, so you have to go through all of these on normal first, coming through on normal hard, and then elite will, well, it'll put you way ahead on experience, like way more ahead than you need to be. But it will also make sure that you probably don't have too many gear slots
There.
empty.
That weaselly Drexel hand has nowhere left to run. Finish the job.
Drexel thought that siding with the Sahuagin would save his life.
Now there's this extra guy. And the chest. And again, because we are not near the entrance, we will recall out. As we come over here. There you are. I was worried they got you. Did you kill him? Did you kill Drexelhand? Yes, he's dead. And may he spend an eternity in Kyber's bowels. This is wonderful news, my friend. We have reached the tipping point. At last, we can take the fight to the Sahuagin. Thank you. Now, some of these are actually pretty decent. The Great Axe is good. The Great Crossbow is actually very good because of the keen. You can see that the threat range on it means this has got a 30% chance to crit, which is way better than anything else. Especially if you're free to play, you are going to keep this for like 10 levels. So don't be fooled by the fact that it doesn't have a bunch of like extra fire damage or anything on it. The expanded crit range is very, very good. And of course, if you're a caster, you can get some extra MP and other things. And that is all 4 quests in Korthos Village. The next set of quests will be for Korthos Island. And there are 4, technically 5 quests, but we're going to treat the last one as special because it is a much larger scope quest than the other 3.